Welcome to Idea TV News at 9. I am Chinatu Oji, the news headlines. Federal Polytechnic BAUCHI shuts academic activities amid escalating insecurity. Senegal launches startup ecosystem program to boost innovation and job creation. Senegal's aquaculture agency partners with Canada to boost sector. ZTE and ETHIO's TELECOM expand rural connectivity to over 1 million users. Away from Africa, Jimmy Cliff, REGGAE legend, dies at 81. In health, UNICEF strikes deal to reduce malaria vaccines cost, and in business, VFS Global expands visa services across Nigeria to meet growing demand. In sport, Lagos Rivers Hoopers to claim Premier League title. Now the news in full. The Federal Polytechnic BAUCHI has suspended all academic activities following a directive from the Bauchi state government in response to worsening insecurity across the state. The suspension affects all staff and students and coincides with the closure of primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions in the state, as authorities seek to safeguard lives and property. In a memo circulated to the Polytechnic community today, Deputy Registrar Academic Safio Yila, acting on behalf of the Registrar, confirmed the suspension. The memo cited that the state government's public announcement urging the closure of all educational institutions are due to security concerns. It instructed that all lectures, examinations, and other academic engagement be halted with immediate effect until further notice. The closure reflects a growing concern over security threats in Bauchi State, where kidnappings, bandit attacks, and other violent incidents have been reported in recent weeks. Authorities have emphasized that the suspension is a precautionary measure to protect students, staff, and the broader school community, while security agencies continue to monitor and address the situation. The Federal Polytechnic Bauchi community has been advised to stay alert and comply with official guidelines until normal academic activities can safely resume. And in Senegal, the government has officially rolled out the Startup Ecosystem Program under the 2020 Startup Act, aiming to support over 500 startups and create 150,000 jobs by 2034. Launched on November 20th, the initiative provides training, tax incentives, financing access, and a digital one-stop shop to simplify procedures for entrepreneurs and strengthen public-private support for innovation. The program connects startups with investors, incubators, and technical partners, while providing monitoring tools to measure impact. Startups receiving the official Startup Ecosystem label benefit from preferential customs regimes, priority access to public procurement, tailored financing, and capacity building programs. The launch is part of the broader Technological New Deal and Senegal Vision 2050, which placed digital development and innovation at the core of the country's economic strategy. Senegal now has an operational and measurable framework for promoting entrepreneurship, attracting talent, and stimulating foreign investments. Moving on. Still in Senegal, the Aquaculture Agency has signed a cooperation agreement with Canada's Segeb de la Gapisi et dos Liers to strengthen the country's aquaculture sector. The partnership, formalized on November 18, focuses on professional and technical training, research and innovation, species diversification, economic empowerment of youth and women, and certification based on competences. The Canadian institution will provide academic expertise, develop tailored training programs, and help mobilize technical and financial supports to advance local initiatives. ANA said the collaboration is aimed at accelerating the professionalization of Senegal's aquaculture industry and improving productivity and competitiveness to attract private investment. As part of Senegal's 10-year aquaculture roadmap adopted in 2023, the country targets raising annual production from 3,800 tons in 2023 to 68,000 tons by 2032. The agreement is expected to address structural challenges in the sector, including limited access to financing, inputs, land, and markets, while building a skilled workforce for sustainable growth. Moving on, Ethiopia, ZTE Corporation, and ETHIO Telecom have successfully deployed 152 rural base stations across Ethiopia, bringing 2G, 3G, and 4G mobile network coverage to more than 1 million people in remote areas. The initiative, part of Ethiopia's Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy, aims to bridge the digital divide and expand access to online education, healthcare, financial services, and agricultural resources. The deployment leverages ZTE's rural ecosystem solution, which includes energy-efficient eco-site stores, solar-powered eco-energy systems, and affordable eco-device terminals. Innovative modular construction techniques and smart management tools enabled rapid rollout, overcoming infrastructure and power challenges in low-density regions. The network now serves over 100 remote areas, providing essential digital services and creating opportunities for socio-economic development. ETHIO Telecom's efforts have significantly improved 4G population coverage from 37.5% in 2024 to 70.8% in 2025, while expanding digital financial inclusion through its TeleCom platform. This partnership highlights Ethiopia's commitment to inclusive digital transformation with direct benefits for rural communities, local schools, healthcare access, and environmental conservation projects. Let's take a quick break now. The news continues when we return.
Number 14, transparent displays in holographic interfaces. Imagine a car windshield that doubles as your navigation screen, or a shop window that projects holographic ads you can interact with. That's where transparent and holographic displays are heading. LG has already demonstrated 77-inch transparent OLED panels, and Panasonic tested transparent display tech in retail environments in Japan. At CES 2024, Samsung unveiled a transparent micro LED prototype that stole headlines. These displays don't just look futuristic, they offer practical benefits, like heads-up navigation for drivers and interactive medical imaging for hospitals. By 2026, we'll likely see the first wave of real-world deployments.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Idea TV News at 9. The rest of the news. Renowned Jamaican musician Jimmy Cliff, one of reggae's most iconic voices, has passed away at the age of 81. Cliff, whose real name was James Chambers, rose to international fame in the 1960s, bringing Jamaica's music to the world through his hits like Wonderful World, Beautiful People, and You Can Get It If You Really Want. He also starred in Landmark 1972, The Hard Out to Come, a role that cemented his status as a cultural icon and introduced reggae to global audiences. Cliff's wife, Latifah Chambers, announced his death on Instagram, attributing it to a seizure followed by pneumonia. Born in 1994 in St. James Parish, Jamaica, Cliff grew up in poverty but discovered his love for music in church and went on to become a pioneering figure in ska and reggae. Over a career spanning 6 decades, he recorded internationally acclaimed tracks, contributed to influential soundtracks, and earned accolades, including a Grammy Award and induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010. Beyond his musical achievement, Cliff was celebrated for his influence on culture and social consciousness. His songs often reflected struggle and hope, inspiring generations worldwide. Fans remember him not only for his powerful voice and performance, but for the encouragement his music provided to those facing challenges, making his legacy enduring in both the world of music and the hearts of millions globally. In health now, UNICEF has secured an agreement aimed at lowering the cost of the malaria vaccine R21 Matrix M, making it more accessible to children in high-risk regions. The move is expected to expand immunization coverage and support global efforts to curb malaria-related deaths, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. The vaccine, already administered in pilot programs across Nigeria and other affected countries, has shown promising efficacy in preventing malaria among children under 5. The cost reduction will enable governments and health agencies to reach more communities while strengthening national malaria control strategies. UNICEF had emphasized that this agreement aligns with its broader mandates to improve child health outcomes, particularly in regions where malaria remains a leading cause of mortality. The initiative is expected to complement ongoing distribution awareness campaigns and preventative measures such as mosquito nets and community education programs. VFS Global, the world's leading visa outsourcing and technology services specialist, has expanded its operations in Nigeria to better manage the rising demand for visa applications, particularly among organized groups of travelers. Siddharth Mehra, Chief Operating Officer for Sub-Saharan Africa at VFS Global, stated that the company's goal is to provide a visa experience that is flexible, accessible, and reliable, ensuring applicants can begin their journey smoothly with the support of technology, security and trust. The expansion includes the introduction of mobile visa submission options and the opening of new premium application centers in Enugu, Kano, Ibadan and Port Harcourt. These facilities allow applicants, especially those seeking UK visas, to complete biometrics and submit documents without having to travel to Lagos or Abuja. The centers also provide premium services such as document scanning, real-time notifications, courier return of passport and extended hours appointments to improve accessibility and efficiency. And now in sports, in a thrilling final of the 2025 Nigeria Basketball Premier League, Lagos Legends halted Rivers Hoopers bid for a third consecutive title, urging the defending champion 74-72 in the Final Four decider in Port Harcourt on Sunday. The win also earns Lagos Legends a ticket to next year's Basketball Africa League. The match was closely contested from the start, with Rivers Hoopers narrowly taking the first quarter 20-19, while Lagos Legends pushed back in the second quarter to level. At halftime, 32-32, both teams traded leads through the third, with Hoopers holding a slim 52-49 advantage heading into the final quarter. Lagos Legends mounted a late comeback, tying the score at 61-61 and eventually pulling ahead in the closing seconds to secure victory. The result marked Lagos Legends' second win over Hoopers in 3 meetings this season and ends Rivers Hoopers' streak of top finishes, while setting the stage for Nigeria's representation at the 2026 BAU. That's all we have for you on Idea TV News at 9. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. Federal Polytechnic BAUCHI shuts academic activities amid escalating insecurity. Senegal launches startup ecosystem program to boost innovation and job creation. Senegal's aquaculture agency partners with Canada to boost sector. ZT and ETHIO Telecom expand rural connectivity to over 1 million users. Away from Africa, Jimmy Cliff, REGGAE legend, dies at 81 and in health. UNICEF strikes deal to reduce malaria vaccine costs in business. VFS Global expands visa services across Nigeria to meet growing demand. And sports, Lagos Legend urge Rivers Hoopers to claim Premier League title